I tell you that this is a must-watch episode, I do not lie. From start to finish, this episode is, I repeat, a must-watch.
Neither of them are that hot. Danny's not that hot. It looks like a frog.
There's so much mess, I don't even know where to begin. I guess we should start with the bride in the woods.
You want the trash, I got it all for you. Let's rehash the mess together. A sassy hole that only speaks the truth. Nobody gaslights you better.
Hello, I'm Wilko, this is Rehashed, and I know that I am your one and only choice when it comes to trash, mess, and drama. Right? This science doesn't give you another YouTuber to choose from, okay? It's just me. Don't even bother searching. We start this episode in the Love Lab Rat Maze. It is Sparrow's fart at 5 a.m. and the booty and the big fish are wide awake because the commit me didn't land well for Alyssa. What? I'm so shook about that. She seems so happy after it all. Alyssa says she was right. She was right this whole time, guys. Something was missing.
Last night on the couch, you blindsided me.
Well, you knew this was coming, did you not? You had a discussion in the bed, so you knew it was coming, kind of. Blindsided is really an overused word, especially this season. You certainly knew something was coming, Alyssa. Alyssa does have a kind of a right to be mad about him not speaking up because, David, you need to speak your feelings, but also, Alyssa, you need to not speak. No, that's the problem. You need to not speak at all. You have to let other people speak sometimes. What I'm not going to take is this whole Alyssa was blindsided narrative. She keeps saying it. You don't want to be with him and you're just finding any way to get out of it. Alyssa apparently gave David so many chances to speak. She says to him, I want to know your thoughts, while she just keeps speaking at him. So I'm confused also how much is editing her talking over the top of him and how much is true to her. Is she actually coming up for air? I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, David seems to own it. And she keeps repeating,
I just need a minute.
Okay, well, we all need many minutes away from you, Booty. I find you tray frustrating this season. And let the confusion theme continue for us this season as we see Gia and Beck walking hand in hand saying they love each other and apparently fuck those men. Is this AI? This feels like something I would see like AI for MAFS and I'd be like, oh no, that's not real. What is happening? How are they besties again? Is it just because G-Banger has run out of girls to recruit now, I guess? Apparently they are relating to each other more than ever because of these men. Okay, so that checks out. You guys have common enemies again, so you've teamed back up. Classic. Heather's reformation. It all started with them bumping into each other at the elevator, and then a couple of wines later, guys, we're just BFFs because women need to support women. That's what Beck said. You need to support women. Are you joking? You have both done your darndest to tear women down all season. Why? This is insanity. This is delusion. What is this world that you both live in? While back at the maze, Scotty has no idea where his fellow veneer twin is, and everything I said would happen did happen. G-Banger destroyed him last night when the cameras weren't rolling, and he hasn't seen her since the morning. Oh, she calls their relationship an absolute train wreck.
He's being a pussy.
And here's where I can see how the world is very confusing for straight men, okay? They have no idea what women want them to be. You want this emotional depth from them, right? You want intelligence, emotional and actual intelligence. You want them to provide and go to work for them so they can get all the things, but you also want them to be present, but you also want them to be jacked, and then you also want them to be obsessed with you. But these men, who need to be men, they can never call you out on any of your shit, because if they do, they're pussies. How is any man meant to win in 2026? I believe that men shouldn't place traditional expectations on women because I think that's setting us back. But I also think women need to get the fuck on board and stop calling men pussies when they refuse to just do what you want. It's a partnership. And should David, Danny, and Scott speak up more? Absolutely, for sure. But they know the game. They know that you'll blow up Deluxe at any sort of pushback. So it's a no-win sitch. And this proves my point. These two women who hate each other, right? They have hated each other. They are getting together just so they can shit on their partners instead of being productive. This is my evidence, Your Honor. Case closed. Because these women are more worried about getting back up and spinning their narrative than actually figuring it the fuck out. Oh, woo. Sorry, guys, I blacked out. Did I rant again? Oh no, what did I say? Was it bad?
We cook, we clean, we look after our men.
And then she says we expect the men to be there, adoring us. What the fuck? How is this real life? Life is chaos. Your expectations on a real life relationship are batshit. Beck is also extremely mad with the Danaconda because it won't fuck her 5 times a week. He's like a once a week guy. Again, I know we all have different sexual appetites and needs, but 5 times a week? Oh. Do you really need it that much to validate that he likes you? Look, Danny might be a 5 times a week guy and he just doesn't want to with you because I still think he's really not into this. Danny cannot believe that his TV bride is kikiing with the G-banger. After all the shit that she has caused in their relationship, I think that's fair. It's unhinged.
These men are little bitches. You're intimidated by strong women?
And here's another thing. Being a strong woman isn't the one who yells the most. You guys know that, right? You don't need to be the winner of every argument, and both of you are not strong women. You are both the most insecure women I've ever seen. This is not me being team men. Oh, go men! Because these guys have heaps of issues, and I've called them out all season, but the delusion that both of you have no faults causing problems here, delulu. I mean, the drink session between the two of them just proves what we've been thinking about Beck and G this whole time. We're right. Beck says neither Danny nor Scott are that hot. I'm sorry, they're not even that hot. She says Danny looks like a frog and Scott isn't that hot because he has a pointy nose.
Subpar men.
And this is language that you can't roll back, Becky. Nobody who actually loved their partner would speak about them this way. So like calling them names like Danny looks like a frog. Well, hey, isn't there actually a theory that people's faces either look like a frog or a rat? I'm not saying which one you have, Beck. I'm just saying that you could be either a frog or a rat. So I guess you'll pick. Apparently these men should just feel lucky that these women are there wanting to love them. And G is not in the same boat as Beck. They keep saying, oh, we're the same. We've got the same problems. No, because Scott has clearly been trying. And Scott is clearly into you. Clearly it hasn't gone down well because Scott has decided to go and stay separately from G-Banger because she said she was at the pub drinking alone, but he could hear Beck in the background calling him names. If you're going to lie, make sure Beck's not there being Beck. He also cannot believe that they're besties now. When they do eventually sit down to have a chit chat, it's as icy as that coffee. Scott is pissed that he was lied to and he calls her out, but she says the only reason she didn't tell him is because he doesn't like that girls drink. He doesn't like girls that drink. And yeah, I'm sure that's the only reason you didn't tell him the truth. He is so upset. And she is stone cold. Imagine seeing how upsetting you are to someone with all of your shit and you just keep making excuses. Which, by the way, are, I understand it's confusing, but I have no friends left. Chris left yesterday. So this is the reason. This is the reason why you're hanging out with Beck. Then she tells a big lie. Ooh, it's a big one, which is weird for someone who never lies, apparently. She says they didn't even talk about the guys. When they're on their little bestie catch-up at the pub, they didn't talk about the guys once. Big lie. Then she tries to flip it all around on Scott. He is only doing this to make her look bad. He's only pretending to be upset. You look bad because the person you've been out to destroy all season you've decided to have drinkies with. She even turns her head while he's trying to speak to her. And he says he almost left last night.
Why didn't you?
And welcome back to high school. Look at how she reacts to everything. Gia ends up getting a little bit emotional as he pleads with her to not let this keep happening, and he tells her that it's really hurting him. I mean, imagine how he'll feel when he watches y'all and what you said about him behind his back. Oh God, I'm exhausted already, guys. Are you still with me? We also find out that Baggage is feeling regretful, and you know what? I don't want to fucking hear it. Because for someone who says so openly that it's terrible for everyone to say that they have a drinking problem, you know what? You have a couple of drinks and you get really mean. I think that that's a problem. She says that she only called him a couple of names, just a couple, in anger, and she hopes that that doesn't come out. Well, it did because it was all filmed, and I can only imagine the stuff you said when the cameras weren't rolling. I doubt that this was the worst of it. Anyway, Danny got her a coffee, so I guess we should hug and hope that he never hears what she really thinks of him. I guess she'll also be hearing all the things that he said in his confessionals, which was always different to what he said to her face, so are we going to call this even? Hey, if you have enjoyed this batshit season of Married at First Sight Australia AU Rehashed, make sure you donate. Rehashed.com.au is the link, and it's below in the comments for you to support this little channel that delivers all the trash, mess, and drama from this sassy little hole so many times per week. To everyone who does support the channel by either being a member, thank you so much to the members, or donating, thank you so much. It really does help. And I love you, babes. Donate now. As we're in the final days of the science, we have a final envelope slipping under the doors for the last task. It's called a group task. They don't really let them know that the other scientific matches will also be there for a little group date setup. Yes, it's just a little last chance for drama. I mean, perfect science before we get to final vows. The experts have removed the choice. Last year, they gave them the chance to say no, but this time, no for you. When they realize that the other men and women will be joining them on these dates, their minds are blown, and it feels good. Well done, MAFS. Let's call it alt MAFS. Oh, it's like sliding doors. What could have been?
Is the grass greener on the other side?
David, you know the big fish. He says even though that he is rocky right now with Alyssa, he doesn't want to do this. And Scott is in agreement. But Danny says it's a task. And if it's a task, it's not cheating. So let's look at this like men. Well, when you look at it like men, it makes sense. Look at Scott's face. He is not coping. He wasn't coping before, and he's certainly not coping now.
It's a business meeting.
Just note down in future, Beck, when you hear Danny is out on a business meeting, that involves dating other women. The women are loving this. They want to impress the new men because they are independent, loud, amazing women. They can do this. Not a second thought is given about it. But it does sink in that the men will also be seeing women, which they don't love. So double standards. Beck is actually stoked that Danny's poor fashion choice should be enough to repel any woman today that is put in front of him. Raha's insecurities are, they are back, which is not a good sign for them. And when the girls all appear in one lift, I mean, look at this. The production is perfect. All of them appear out of nowhere. Love it. Okay, so Shannon is here for Philip. Crystal, which I love. I just love it as a name. That's all I'm going to say. I just love it as a name. Crystal is here for David. Stephanie is here for Stephen. Chanel, also love that as a name, is here for Danny. Chanel looks like a real mess maker. Like, it's a shame she didn't make it on this season. And Laura is here for Scott. And with Laura, Scott starts real on a straight up. He says that he appreciates that she came, but he's in a relationship and he's just gonna go. He says the classic MAFS line, I'm off to the toilet, which we know is code for headed back to the GC. And with that, he's gone. Wild. David also keeps pointing to his ring and he says that he's strapped while pointing to those wedding shackles, and then he also bails. Oh, look at him scatter. Look at him run and scatter.
Has your guy gone? He's gone. Yep, so's mine.
And the boys are just having a chat in the loo about how sick they felt and how glad they are that they left. Oh, I'm so glad we left that table of food and hot women. Over with the girls, Connor is with Alyssa. He's a cutie. Anthony for Stella, Ignatius for Rachel, Taylor for Beck, and James for Gia, who is kind of like if Danny and Scott were fused into one person. It's like we got AI and went, okay, put Danny and Scott together and see what happens. He goes in for a cheek kiss and she shoots him down even for that. Alyssa seems stoked that David would be shitting himself over her being with another man, and he is. He's also hoping that you walked away, which the booty did not. She is frothing the younger man. Danny is disappointed with the boys because they left. How dare they leave and make the other boys look bad? Because now Danny is going to look bad and he doesn't want, if they all stayed, it would be fine because they were in it together. And you just can't really win in this situation. Danaconda, the man who cowers at vulnerability, is mocking the guys for hiding in the bathroom.
I can't.
Wow. I don't know if you can really throw stones here, Danny boy.
Men used to die in trenches.
Shut up. Shut up. Those men also didn't wear this ugly shirt. Do not compare yourself to men in the trenches, okay? Crystal, well, with a name like that, she is pissed because David bailed, and apparently David could have been her perfect match and she could have been his. In her audition tape, it is made clear that she is a firecracker. Like I said before, it's just a fuck situation because the guys are damned either way. I guess you could sit there and just make conversation. You don't have to be scared of the women, but I guess they kind of know how production works here. And the producers would have said to the girls, okay, touch them as much as possible and come on strong. Actually, sweet baby angel, I want you to comment below and let me know, should they have stayed at the table or should they have gone? Certainly not hid in the bathroom, but like stay or leave at the table with the other women. The alt MAFS choices. Over with the women, they are loving the peen dump on the table. It is a very different vibe. Like Connor is with Alyssa and he is jacked. He's also a chatter. Like he's da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So it's going to be fun to watch these two battle it out. Also, Connor, wait till she makes you kneel before you get to do anything with her. And the booty is loving the chatty man. She shits on her current TV partner, David, the big fish, because she has to do all the talking. She has to do all the talking in the apartment, and she calls him boring. Alyssa also says that she doesn't care if David is mad about this. He can come for her, and she couldn't care less because apparently she is also only 70% in it with the big fish now. Oh! He's ready to move his entire life to Adelaide for you, and you're only 70% invested. When Beck overhears this conversation, she goes ahead and calls David a pussy. Oh God, she loves calling men pussies all of a sudden. She is back to her old ways, hey? Oh, I love it. She said she wasn't going to get involved anymore, but she absolutely is. And Alyssa says he's not a pussy, and Beck argues with her that he absolutely is a pussy, okay? Philip is trying to be very respectful with his alt match and is very clear about his feelings with Stella while he isn't wearing a wedding ring, guys. Is he even TV married right now? Steve-O and Rachel are both individually raving about each other to their backup choices. And Baggage is very much into the whole men's delivery today for them because remember her TV husband looks like a frog and she's not into him. The first question from Beck, because she wants to figure out quick, put your hands up if you're circumcised. I'll keep my hand down. Beck's match is a boxer and he's making suggestions that both he and Danny could fight for her. And Mr. Boxer, I think you should watch the show back before making a decision on the prize that you're fighting for here. You might not want it. And Beck tells us what she's looking for. Finally, we get to find out. She's looking for someone who likes animals, has good teeth, and wants to fuck her.
Hardly have any sex, so I just think he's not into me.
She has clearly been able to sense it on Danny this entire time, but still she pushed on with it. And then she follows up with, oh, I'm not dogging him. I'm not dogging. This is not like talking behind his back. I love him. If you see Stella's alt MAFS match, his face is very confused. Wait, but you love him? That's a weird way to talk about someone you love. She keeps saying, I'm happy, but... And even though Taylor, her backup, says he will bang her, apparently Taylor doesn't hold a candle to her Danny, the one she was shitting on so heavily just moments ago. Oh, Danny boy. Oh, the one that she loves, Danny. While the Danaconda is over with his backup match, Chanel, and is loving how chill she is, not inserting herself into the drama. Well, Danny, give her a chance. You know what I mean? Like, it's... Danny does talk a little bit about his relationship that he has with Baggage with the backup, and he says that we've had some minor hiccups. Which is it, geese? Is it major or minor? And to add to the mess, Beck is egging on Gia big time when she is telling her scientific side piece, James, who, my goodness, can we mention it again, is just Danny and Scott in one person. I can't get over it. Oh yeah, Gia says, I'm not in a good place with Scott. And Beck's like, you're really not. Oh, they're such good friends now. James is really forward, saying things like,
Gia's met her husband now, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, James, again, you have also no idea what you're signing up for here. What a red flag this guy is. God, I put him on next season. And Gia confesses, well, not even confesses, like she openly states that she only wants to be a trophy wife and have everything for her paid for. Imagine saying those words out loud. Like, I guess each to their own, but wow. Wow. I think James likes it though. James also goes on the hard sell when Gia tells her sob story of how Scott has apparently been dogging her. James is like, that should never happen. That shouldn't he should not do that. Man, chill. You just met this woman. You have no idea, zero, none. And the Baggage, I know you thought the shirt was ugly, and it was going to throw off the women. Well, not so much with these ladies. They're all around him and he is flirting up a storm and Crystal cannot keep her hands off him. He even warns her that his wife will get upset if she found out about this. And we know that she will find out. Thumbs up. Philip comes around to Danny and discreetly says, do you want to leave? And he seems very content to stay. But Steve-O and Danny want to stick around, and the other three boys, two from the bathroom and Phil, they bail. Danny is so disappointed that they left because apparently you're meant to stand and fight together like men do.
We either stand and fight together like men.
If I hear this guy speak one more time as if this situation is a battlefield, I'm going to snap. You had some white wine and flirted with a bunch of attractive women with some nice food. Stop carrying on like this is a battlefield that you had to face alone. You and Steve stayed there because you don't want to be with your scientific first match choices. Okay, that's it. It's not fucking war. Back over with the G-Banger and her backup boy. He is, he's laying it on so thick, it is alarming to me. And G is like, no, you're crazy. While he asks for her Insta and her number. But you like baited him, telling him when you'd be off the show. You're like, I'll be off the show in a week. So clearly you want him to chase you. Just confess. He then writes his number down and G is like, no, I said no. But don't worry, her best friend forever, Beck, takes the number to give to Gia when she needs it at a time in the future. What a great friend, guys. Oh, and is that where we leave it? No, I feel like I was just getting worked up. Oh, that really just flew by. So yeah, that's where we must leave it. But in the next episode, we find out, oh God, I'm too excited when I see the iPads come out for a little watch party. It's like Love Island Casa Amor movie night, but the MAFS edition, which means I must do another rehash tomorrow night, and I will. If you and I went all the way, was it good for you? We've done it many, many times in just a couple of months. You know, it's not 5 times a week, but still, like, it's a lot. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, my performance is there. The stamina is there. The length, not so much in time and inches. Anyway, if we did go all the way, I'm showing way too much about myself. Let me know if I have a frog face or a rat face in the comments below. Let me know. You're just a rat or a frog. I think I know the answer, a ribbit. And I'll see you in the next video. That was unhinged.